Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Just Start Talking podcast. I'm your host, Jody, and this is Season 1, Episode 28, crafted especially for all of you amazing English language learners out there. If you're tuning in, you are probably working hard to improve your English, and I'm here to help you take those steps with confidence. Today, we're diving into a super practical topic, how to learn vocabulary effectively. Whether you're just starting out or brushing up on your skills, this episode is packed with tips to help you grow your word bank in a smart, sustainable way. So, grab a notebook, a cup of tea or coffee, and let's get started. We have 4 sections today to break it all down. First, we'll discuss why context is king when learning vocabulary. Then we'll explore spaced repetition and how it can supercharge your memory. Next, we'll dive into using AI tools such as flashcards and ChatGPT to make learning even more interactive. And finally, we'll cover the 80-20 rule and why focusing on the right words saves you time. Ready? Let's do this. Okay, let's kick things off with a big idea. Vocabulary learning is not just about memorizing lists of words. I know. Back in school, we've all tried to cram a bunch of words and definitions into our brains before a test, right? But here's the truth. If you want to really own a word, you need to see it, hear it, and use it in context. Think about it like this. Words are like puzzle pieces. If you just have the pieces by themselves, it's hard to know where they fit. But when you see words in a sentence, a story, or a conversation, suddenly everything seems to click. For example, let's take the word persist. If I just tell you it means to continue doing something despite difficulty, that's okay, but it's kind of dry. Now imagine you read this sentence. She persisted in learning English, even when the grammar got tough. Boom! Now you see how persist works in real life. So, how do you do this? Why not try reading short articles, watching TV shows with subtitles, or listening to podcasts like this one? When you come across a new word, write it down with the sentence it's in. Then, try making your own sentence. For instance, if you're learning persist, you might write, I persisted in studying every night, and now I'm speaking better English. This builds a connection in your brain, making the word stick. Another tip, talk to native speakers or language partners. Even apps like Tandem or Hello Talk can connect you with people to practice using new words in real conversations. Context is everything, friends. It's the glue that makes vocabulary stick. Okay, moving on to our next section, spaced repetition. Now this might sound fancy, but it's actually a simple, science-backed way to make sure you don't forget the words you learn. The idea here is to review words at just the right time, right before you're about to forget them. This strengthens your memory and makes those words part of your long-term vocabulary. One of the best tools for this is spaced repetition apps like Anki or Quizlet. These apps are like personal trainers for your brain. You input a word, its meaning, and maybe an example sentence, and the app schedules when you should review it. For example, you might see the word persist today, then again in 2 days, then a week later, and so on. Each time you review, the app waits a little longer before showing it again, because your brain is getting better at remembering it. Here's a pro tip. Don't just type the word and its translation. Add a sentence or even a picture to make it more memorable. For instance, in Anki, you could add persist with a picture of someone climbing a mountain to remind you of effort and determination. It's like giving your brain a little high five every time you review. So if apps aren't your thing, you can do this manually with flashcards. Write a word on one side and the meaning and a sentence on the other, and review them at increasing intervals. Start daily, then every few days, then weekly. Trust me, spaced repetition is a game changer for locking in those vocabulary words. Okay, moving on. Let's get techie with section 3, using AI tools to level up your vocabulary learning. You know, we're living in an amazing time where technology can make studying feel less like a chore and more like a game. 2 tools that I love for this are AI-powered flashcards and ChatGPT. First, let's talk about some AI flashcards. Apps like Quizlet can take a piece of text, like we talked about before, say an article you're reading, and automatically generate flashcards for the new words. You paste in the text and poof. Quizlet pulls out keywords, definitions, and even example sentences. Then you can quiz yourself with games, matching exercises, or even audio to practice pronunciation. It's like having a study buddy who never gets tired. And then there's ChatGPT or similar AI tools. These are fantastic for active practice. For example, you can say, "Hey, quiz me on 10 new English words." And the AI will throw words at you, ask for synonyms or antonyms, or even make up sentences for you to fill in the blanks. You could ask, "Give me 5 sentences using the word persist," and you'll get creative examples to learn from. Or try this. Ask the AI to write a short story using your target words. It's fun, and you get to see your words in action. The beauty of these tools is that they're interactive. You're not just staring at a list. You're engaging with the words and you're engaging with the material, which helps this information stick. So next time you're studying, fire up Quizlet or have a chat with an AI. It's like having a super tutor in your pocket. Okay, we're going to wrap this up with section 4, the 80-20 rule. This is all about working smarter, not harder, when building your vocabulary. The idea here is simple. About 20% of English words make up 80% of what you'll hear or read in daily conversations. That means if you focus on learning the most common 2,000 to 3,000 words, you'll understand most of what's said in everyday English. Isn't that amazing? So, Where do you find these magic 2,000 or 3,000 words? Look for frequency lists online, like the Oxford 3000 or the General Service List. These are lists with the most commonly used words in English, like time, people, good, or think. Start with words like these because they give you the biggest bang for your buck. You can find these lists on websites like Oxford Learners Dictionaries or even in some language apps. Now here's how to use the 80-20 rule in real life. Prioritize these high-frequency words in your study sessions. Make flashcards, use them in sentences, and practice them with spaced repetition or AI tools. Once you've got yourself a solid base, you can branch out to more specific words for your hobbies, job, or interests. For example, if you're into cooking, learn cooking words like sauté or braise. This is after you've nailed the basics. By focusing on the 20% of words that matter most, you'll start to feel confident faster and understand more in conversations, movies, or books. It's like building a strong foundation for a house. You get the basics right, and the rest comes easier. Okay, that's a wrap for episode 28 of the Just Start Talking podcast. We've covered why context is king, how spaced repetition can boost your memory, the power of AI tools like Quizlet and ChatGPT, and the 80-20 rule for learning smarter. I hope you're feeling inspired to try these strategies and make those English words stick in your brain. Before we go, here's some homework for you. Pick 5 new words this week, use them in sentences, and try one of the tools we talked about. Maybe Quizlet or even chatting with an AI. Share your progress with us on social media using the hashtags Just Start Talking Podcast, Learn English, and Vocabulary Power. I'd love to hear how things are going. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. Until next time, keep talking, keep learning, and I'll see you soon. Bye.